Good day, everyone. This is David with Project Profit. Welcome to another episode. I got a good stock for us today, one that we have not talked about before, but everybody likes to talk about, and that is Tesla. Before we get started, this is a reminder that I am not a financial advisor or a financial expert. Please consult your own financial expert or advisor. Do your own research. I am just a guy on YouTube. All right, so let's get started. Tesla is another one of those enigma stocks that I like to talk about. And it's very unique in the fact that it's also driven by a kind of meme culture. Some people will buy into Tesla just because they like the cars, they just like Elon Musk, they just like the news that comes out. But there's actually a lot of good reasons to buy Tesla. They're very diversified, they're very much a company that has room to grow with the EV market. And they're diversified in many different technologies. They have their AI that they're working on. Automated driving is going to be huge in the future to reduce safety concerns on the road. I can already see that. But they just have a lot of multifaceted operations that we really need to be aware of. And because of this, they're worth looking into. I like to track their stock price. I have not traded Tesla in the past. This is not really my specialty. And in fact, I always thought it was a little bit overblown in the past. So I never really paid it a whole lot of mind until now. And we're going to take a look and see why. So since December of 2021, Tesla has had a very bumpy downhill. And this is evident because you can see they've gone all the way from $414 a share down to below 200, and now they are starting to see a bit of a rise. We look at the 3-year, 1-week chart. Each one of these bars symbolizing a week. We can look at the moving averages, the 50 and the 200. And for the longest time, this moving average has been going nowhere but down. And it finally intersected and then rised above it and then intersected again. It's been very ugly around this point. And when moving averages are barely converging or diverging, you do not really want to be a part of this because no matter which way the stock goes, it could reverse very easily based on the indicators. But here we have something very important. It has dropped below both moving averages all the way down to $140 a share, somewhere around there, and has now gained traction and pierced both of these moving averages. And it looks like, given this week, even with a a very big hit to the NASDAQ today, they were down, Tesla was down almost 3%. They are going to hold this line. And if it can hold the 200-day moving average, I could easily see the 50 coming back up through the 200 and this continuing to move upward. It has a lot of resistance to hit. As you can see, if you drew a line straight across, there's multiple ceilings that it would have to break through in order to keep going. They're very, very tier stepped. But given that this is the first time that we've seen a rise to this level, if this stock can break through this $257 ceiling, if it gets another positive green bar, we may be off to the races. This is why we need to be looking into it. The other suggestion, and this is why we need to be looking at this, anytime we're seeing a spike in volume like this, you can see these little gray bars down at the bottom. Today's volume alone was 23% above their average 50-day volume. So they are moving stock. People are engaged. Buyers are engaged. We have heavy green bars that are going straight up through. And now we're seeing a little bit of indecision here with a top. But this is all market. Even the bottom, the last bar that we have here is just going to be market. So we really need to take a look at this. Here's a little bit closer. You can see we have the top. We have this piercing, both moving averages, the top, and now this. And this is not indicative of Tesla at all. It's more the market that's moving in this direction. So Tesla is going to be placed on my watch list. If this week does turn out to be positive, or at least better than the market, I will look into buying in Tesla, because this looks like it may have been the bottom finally. Right down here, around $140 a share, all the way down from 415. So this is going to be a really good time to buy for Tesla. EVs have lost a lot of their momentum. Nobody's really talking about it until now. It's just one of those cyclical news items that comes in and out. And Tesla lost a lot of its steam the last year or two. But it's still a fundamentally good stock. They are still making money. They're past the most dangerous part of their history. There's a lot of people putting more money than this into them when they weren't even making money yet. So this may be a very good time to buy into Tesla. The more time that this spends above the 200, the better. Because I know what everybody's saying. This is not that great. These moving averages are still in the wrong direction. 50 is below the 200, and you're right. That's a dangerous spot to be in. But this also means that with all this up and down of these moving averages, all this crossing, it's going to end up going in one direction or another. It's a very big windup. The more that the more that this stock stays together, stays coiled up like this, where it's not really going up and down very much, because we've been in a long swing, going up and down from 290 to 212 to 270 to 207, back to 260, back down. This is creating a lot of tension for this stock. It's a lot of time where there's been no gains on Tesla. And there's a reason for it. EVs are not selling the way they thought they were going to sell. But ultimately, this will end up producing a very good buying opportunity. And I like this here. I like all of this lack of mobility and then all of a sudden a piercing through the 200. So with that being said, look into it. Look into our article that I will have posted on Tesla on Projectprofit.finance. If anybody has any comments, subscribe, help the channel out. And if anybody has any suggestions for me, please let me know. Thank you. You guys have a good day.